for generations, Texans have made shared sacrifices to better the future. We've invested in our road system, we've invested in our universities, we've invested in public schools that were once a place where children from all income groups could get a quality education. Today, it is our turn, this generation's turn, to make a shared sacrifice, because we have benefited from all the prior generations doing that for
saying that it's our
us.
generation. Because I don't see this generation being sacrificial for very much. I'm sorry, that's a cultural fact. I don't see this younger generation really sacrificing like the folks that followed World War II. And I'll take blame as a baby boomer.
And Rick Perry and the Republicans in the legislature are following that model. They are stepping back from a tradition in Texas to make plans
Mr. Bianchi,
and for the future and to overcome shared challenges.
Just cut.
So we have cut
Let's look at what
5% of our budget, and then we've cut another 2.5%.
We need more.
Now, mind you, Texas from the beginning, before any of these cuts, was 50 out of 50 states.
All I hear is let's raise taxes. That's all I hear.
But George, wait a minute. I've read this statistic too. It comes from the Census Bureau.
Right.
That in terms of amount of state money spent per capita, we rank 50th. Mm-hmm. Now, that suggests to me that there's not a whole lot of fat there. Yeah. So where do you see the fat?
Well, what we see are special projects. What we see is that we've got to, let me finish. Calm down. What I see is, first of all, again, getting back to the schools, we've got to have more local decisions done at the at that level, so that we can ask, okay, is it necessary to have that specialist? Is it necessary to have that many administrators? Is it necessary to have that many counselors? I'm sorry, our point of view is very simple, that schools should be there to teach reading, writing, and math skills. Boom. Outside of that, everything else really becomes superfluous. Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked.
No, I'm not shocked.
Don't be shocked.
I agree with you. Your perspective is simple and it's wrong. Here's the danger.
That's why we're here.
George is long on ideology, but short on making things work and facts.
We're the
and reality. Part of my approach in state government is setting goals.
No, he gets to say
is setting goals like we want to graduate more Texans from high school and college. Let's put together a plan and do what works. I don't care where the ideas come from, what part of the political spectrum the strategy is based, but let's scour the nation and the world, find the strategies that work and employ them. That's what we're trying to do in the state of Texas, in educating
and what you're
people.
saying, that costs money.
And that costs money. We should only invest as much as we need. And so today, we are either going to have to change our stated goals as a state, which officially are to grow an educated workforce, or we're going to have to change our budgeting process and our tax system so that we invest in what we say we want.
Okay.
Okay, I want to just ask you a quick question, and then we need to wrap it up.
Oh, come on.
I know you are, but we've got another segment we need to do. But
okay.
The recent polls indicate that 2/3 of Texans don't want any new taxes.
Right.
80% want no cuts in education. 90% want no cuts in medical care.
Exactly.
And that presumably includes even some of your Tea Party folks. So how do you reconcile that?
And again,
that's the public.
And again, that's I think that gets back to the cultural issue that I alluded to a few moments ago. Is that somehow we don't get it? Somehow people don't get that there's got to be a cutback. You can't. You got 3 apples, 2 are taken away. You can't get two more apples just out of nowhere. The situation that we've got is that there has to be some sacrifice. Where, how? Let's talk about it. Okay, but let me get back to the smoothness.
Okay. I'm afraid we need to wrap it. Although and thank you very much. This has been fun, and I'd love to have an hour.